Ice cream conversation. Ice cream conversation. Let's go. Forever on the grind all day, every day. Ice cream combos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half a mind. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein. Cut it today design. IceCreamCombos.com. Tune in, yeah. This influence by IceCreamCombos.com.
Hello, ICC friends, and welcome to the Ice Cream Convos podcast. This is episode 298, and I'm very excited to tell you that this episode is sponsored by our good friends over at Self-Lender. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Self-Lender. With Self-Lender, you can do three things. You can join, you can become a member and check your credit score. You could build, you can apply for a credit builder account with a payment plan that fits your budget. Or you could save. At the end of your plan, your savings unlocks and you've created a credit history. So visit selflender.com today. Tell them Xaviera sent you from Ice Cream Convos and do your thing, okay? All right, so I'm very excited to be back doing another show. It's been a minute. I did skip last week because I was pretty busy, but I am here. And I wanted to do a show so bad last week because these folks out here was cutting up like they didn't have any home training. But 2 tears in a bucket. I missed that opportunity, but I'm here today. And first thing I want to talk about is the MTV VMAs that came on last night. Now, let me just preface this by saying, is it preface, whatever. I don't expect much from MTV anymore outside of Are You the One? And all those other little weird like challenges, shows, and all that crap that my husband likes to watch, and I'll watch it with him under protest. But outside of that, I don't expect much from MTV. So when the VMAs come around and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and watch so I'll be in the know so I can talk about it with you guys. But Lord have mercy, I guess the law of attraction just turned around and bit me in the behind because I didn't expect much, and that's exactly what I got. Let's start with the red carpet, or I don't even know what color the carpet was. I believe it was hot pink. But either way, it was a hot damn flame-broiled mess. It looked like a pre-show for Amber Rose's 2018 Slut Walk. Speaking of Amber Rose, she did hit it looking like she was at the Slut Walk. One thing about Amber Rose is when she wants attention, she knows exactly what to do to get said attention, and she gonna go all out, no holds barred, and sis did exactly that. She hit the red carpet last night with the little pointy titty outfit on that Madonna wore back in the day in one of her outfits. It was red and looked leathery, and it was shiny. It may have been latex, but sis was perfectly slid into it, and she looked like she was getting ready to go somewhere and spank your daddy and steal all of your little college fund out of his bank account. But listen, one thing about Amber Rose is she got body, and there's no denying that, and she knows exactly how to use it to get your attention. And then she ran on over to Instagram and told everybody to stay mad and promoted the Slut Walk. It was basically like, look, I'm out here, I'm looking real crazy. Well, it may be crazy to me, but maybe not to the rest of you. I mean, for MTV VMAs, you come out dressed like a dominatrix, getting ready to spank somebody, but whatever. So she's like, I got your attention. Now slide over to my Instagram so I can tell y'all all about my slut walk. And again, I just, like, Amber, just do you, Amber, because, I mean, there's no point in trying to change it at this point. But as far as that slut walk is concerned, I still cannot co-sign that slut walk because I feel like Amber, and I'm not trying to gauge her level of intelligence because I'm not here to do that. But Amber Rose has manipulated the slut walk to fit her agenda. Now, some of y'all gonna be like, yes, sis, yes, she sure did. I'm so glad you said it. And some of you may be like, child, whatever, you just hating. No, the only thing I'm hating on with Amber Rose is the fact that she got a flat butt and some big boobs. Those are the only two things that she has that I might want, is a flat stomach and some little, a little heftier chest. You know what I'm saying? So that they don't get me mixed up with the little boys at the park. But outside of that, what she does with the slut walk, it just kind of irks me. So I try to turn a deaf eye and a blind ear. Yep, I turn a deaf eye and a blind ear to it. Because the slut walk was created and intended to combat, I think it was a young lady, I think it's originally in Canada somewhere, but there was a young lady who got raped. And there was a comment made, I think by law enforcement, that said she wouldn't have got raped if she wasn't dressed that way. And that's where the slut walk began. It was a whole point of the way I dress does not negate whether or not I should be sexually assaulted. Well, y'all girl Amber Rose done took it, finessed it, smacked it up, flipped it, rubbed it down, and was like, oh no, the slut walk for us is for me to be the leader of the thought tribe, and I'm going to lead y'all to the thought kingdom. And that's what she's turned the slut walk into. She's turned it into a celebration of thoughtation. And that's what it is. And that's what it's become. And people pay money to go out there and be naked or wear their little hoochie clothes. And last year she was dressed like Captain Save-A-Ho. And that's what she's turned it into. It fits her agenda. Now, the whole point of the slut walk was for women not to be slut shamed, for women not to be accused of coercing or, attracting their own sexual assaults. But Amber, who refers to herself as a slut and a hoe on the regular, says, oh no, this is what the slut walk is about. It's about liberating ourselves. Well, the other people who were in the slut walk were against being called sluts, hoes, and all of the above. These are the things that you call yourself on Tuesday. So I don't know. I think she just has the whole thing screwed up, but she's making money off of it and she's getting attention, and she feels like she's empowering herself and all the other thoughts who look up to her and follow her down the dusty path to the oasis of Thought Nation. So more power to them. You know what I mean? I'm not here to kick a penis out of nobody else's mouth or to tell somebody to close it when they busting it open. That's none of my business. I just make sure I keep myself intact and make sure my daughters realize the true meaning of a slut walk, and to make sure that they never end up in one of Amber Rose's. So with that being said, Amber Rose had an interesting outfit on last night, but man, let me tell you about her buddy, her homegirl, her bestie. Black China hit that, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I posted the picture on the Ice Cream Convos Instagram account last night, and I was like, Black China arrives at the never mind. Just, here go the picture. Just never mind. Because I was smooth out of I really couldn't even retch down in my spirit and pull up something that I could try to pass off on y'all on that Instagram post. So I just was like, child, never mind. Here go the picture. Just, that was Black China. That's what she had on, and she was there. I don't know, man. It's just, and I know I'm considered an old head because I'm 42 years old, and these new young girls and the new generation and the millennials, they are all about, skin is in, and I'm here for a good skin is in. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta rock it the right way. Like, some of y'all just show up butt bonky naked, and you cover up your nipples, you cover up your cootie cat, and you put a little thong piece up your butt crack, and you're like, oh, I'm dressed, I'm ready, where we headed, full look, special occasion. And then when someone like me says, dang sis, like, you couldn't, leave a little bit to the imagination. Like, I mean, I could see your pubics. Like, what we doing? Then I'm considered a hater. But I'm not. I just want to go back to the days where, like, ladies carried themselves like ladies. And is this considered slut shaming? Oh, God. Hopefully this is not slut shaming. This is just my ideal world. Like, I would like women to go back to being classily sexy. Is classily a real word? It's going to be today. Just classily sexy. Like, you can have your deep, I'm going to tell you who classily sexy. And I keep saying it, so I really, really hope this is a real term or phrase. Niecy Nash is classily sexy. Listen, Niecy Nash got more curves than a winding road in the mountains in California. She got boobs for days. Like, even babies get excited when Niecy Nash walk by. They be like, ooh, milk, 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 milk. Milk. Like, Niecy Nash is banging. When they was singing Brick, boom, 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 house, they must have had her ultrasound picture, because Niecy Nash is banging in every sense of the word of banging. Like, yeah, she is literally a human brick house. So with that being said, Niecy be giving cleavage. Niecy be having the girls laid up like... The girls be sitting up. Niecy got booty. Niecy got a snatch waist. And even when she's Desna on claws, like the little outfit she be wearing on Desna, you know, hey, she be doing her thing. And I'm always here for some yams. You know, if y'all want to show y'all little legs, you know, I love the juicy girls. So if you want to show off your yams, then boom, okay. But like Sky from Black Ink Crew, she literally hit the red carpet with like a blazer on, some pants, and she just pulled one titty out the blazer and smacked a little, what is it called? A little sticky, whatever, pasty. She just pulled one titty out, put a pasty on it. It was like, boom, I'm dressed. Hey, I'm here. Can't wait to see J-Lo perform tonight. And to me, that's like, you didn't even put for it. Like, you just pulled out a titty for attention. Like, come on. Like, that's the kind of thing that bothers me. She could have easily buttoned her jacket, had her pasties on. I mean, she bought her boobs, and I know she wants to, you know, if you pay for it, you want to get some good use out of them. I get that. But she could have easily pulled her jacket together and left her pasties on, but had like the deep, bam, cleavage looking look, and even button it high so the jacket kind of bucks open a little bit so you can see even more boobage, but then you still keeping it like sexily classy because you got your pantsuit on. You know, I don't know. Hey, listen, I don't know, whatever room I'm calling from. Like, I don't know. I really feel like I sound like a hater, but I'm really not hating. Like, I just want like that, yes, sexy back. Not that sexy that y'all got going on. Because, see, I think some women have confused sexy with just raunchy. That's it. Yep, bingo. That is it. Raunchy. That's where I'm like, yikes. Like, I'm here for sexy, but y'all be out here on the raunchy. And that's, you know, but anyway, the MTV VMAs carpet looked crazy. It just looked crazy. I mean, and then Tiffany Haddish, Lord, I love Tiffany Haddish, but I don't know who the heck be styling her. Like, Tiffany Haddish, she ready, but whoever styling her is not ready. They are tardy, they are behind, they are running late, they are... Child. Like, Tiffany is just so fly, and Tiffany is so dope, and she's so talented, and she's so funny, but people be dressing her like... I don't know, like she got some karma coming back to her. Like, why people dress her like that? And I know Tiffany look in the mirror at the end of the day, and I'm just like, sis, like, you thought that was good? Like, you ain't ask questions? Like, do this really go with this? Like, y'all really think this is a good idea? But anyway, I love Tiffany, but I just wasn't here for her look last night. Now, I will tell you who I love the absolute most. Well, yeah. My favorite look of the night was Cardi B. All three of Cardi B's looks. It was like classy. It was sexy. It was classily sexy. I mean, she was giving us mommy boob cleavage because, you know, culture got the boobies on poppitations because they were already poppington. But, I mean, now she got the breast milk in there and carrying on. So she got the flotations, you know, floating up. So I was like, okay, Cardi. But I love my most favorite was specifically, I don't even know, my mouth is not cooperating with me, but whatever. It was the red dress. I loved it. You know, she was giving yams. we was getting some thigh. She was giving breasticles because, she had the little cleavage popping. And I just loved the cut on the dress. I was here for the short do. I really love Cardi's look. It looked like I'm Culture's mama and I'm sexily classy. And I'm back after having a baby and I still look fantastic. And even though I'm not performing or doing anything, I'm still out here stunting on y'all looking real, real good as a married woman. So I loved all three of Cardi's looks. I love the maroon, I love the red, I love the black. So Cardi, girl, you won. Let me give you a quick round of applause. Yes, girl. Yes, I absolutely loved Cardi B's look. Girl, you won. You literally won. All right, so more VMAs. J-Lo, I would have to say, hands down, without a doubt, was the highlight of the show. Her receiving the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award was really, really good. But I know some people still feel like Missy Elliott should have been on that stage rocking us like nobody else can. And I agree with that. I do agree that Missy Elliott should receive the MTV Vanguard, Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. And I am pretty sure if anybody is going to get it, it's going to be her next year, because the way y'all dragged MTV and embarrassed them over that, if they don't take heed, then they are absolutely unequivocally stupid. Just point blank, period. So, congratulations to Jennifer Lopez. She was out there rocking through all her old joints. She even pulled Ja Rule out the cut. R-U-L-E. I was like, ew, ew. And Ja Rule was just so happy to be in the number. He just hopped up on that stage like, what's my mother name? I was like, okay, Ja Rule. It was nice to see him back in the business. I wasn't even sure she still even had conversations with Ja Rule. When people work together back in the day and then one person really, really blows up and then another person gets tangled up in a festival and owes people money and like kind of robs people for festival tickets. You just never know if they still keep their relationship together or if they still, cool and kick it or whatever. Now, Ashanti was in the audience throwing mad shade. She was on Instagram live like, wrote that. Yes. Sing the song that I wrote. Yes. Go girl. Do you. With the nail polish emojis. And I was like, I wonder why Ashanti feeling so salty. Maybe she felt like J-Lo should have gave her a piece of the stage as well, because she did pin some of J-Lo's biggest hits. I don't know. But I was really surprised that at Ashanti taking the shady path. But, I don't know. Sometimes things start sparking feelings within people and you just don't know why. But I'm pretty sure she does. Now, the low light of, like, the lowest point of the MTV VMAs on Monday night was the moment that Madonna took the stage to give what was supposed to be interpreted as or misconstrued to be an Aretha Franklin tribute. Madonna got on stage and talked for 6 minutes about her whole career. And then at the end said nothing would have been possible if it wasn't for Aretha Franklin. We was looking around like, what just happened? Child, Madge, girl, sis, Rocco's mama, what you doing? Like, what is really happening here? So, of course, people took to the streets of social media, specifically Twitter, and went up in arms. Like, what the hell just happened? What is this? Who was responsible for this? Why we always got, like, is Madonna MTV's go-to for tribute people? Like, they pulled her out when Prince passed. Now she back on stage talking about Aretha. I think what it is that Madonna, to MTV and to Viacom, Madonna is the biggest star on earth. So anytime another huge star passes away, timely death, I don't know, whatever room we calling from, I feel like they get Madonna on the horn, and they feel like Madonna is the only person qualified enough to get on stage to pay tribute to someone else of the magnitude of Aretha Franklin. I'm like, y'all could have let Ashanti go up there. She told Ashanti that time to watch out for SARS when she was traveling. Y'all could have let Ashanti come up there, and then maybe she wouldn't have been so busy on Instagram shading J-Lo. Like, give Ashanti something to do. An award show is boring when everybody in the audience is on social media. Like, are y'all there or y'all left? Oh, y'all still there? Okay, I understand, because I'm on social media looking at you post on social media while we both supposed to be paying attention to the awards. But I mean, it is what it is. But Madonna got up there, talked for 6 minutes about herself, tagged Aretha Franklin on the end, then presented Camila Cabello, whatever her name is, with the Video of the Year award. And it's like, oh, okay. So after everybody got done dragging Madonna, dragging MTV about this lackluster, poorly put together tribute to Aretha Franklin, Madonna took to social media and she wanted to clear up something. She wanted to let y'all know that no, this was not as, I guess, a scheduled or a pre-prepared tribute to Aretha Franklin. She was like, no, I was here to present Camilla with the Video of the Year award, and they told me to make some remarks about Aretha Franklin. Let me read to you what she wrote. She wrote, I'm with the winner. She posted a picture with Camilla. And she said, the beautiful Camila Cabello. So proud of her. And just to clarify, I was asked to present Video of the Year by MTV. And then they asked me to share my anecdotes I had in my career connected to Aretha Franklin. I shared a part of my journey and thanked Aretha for inspiring me along the way. I did not intend to do a tribute to her. That would be impossible in 2 minutes with all the noise and tinsel of an award show. I could never do her justice in this context or environment. Unfortunately, some people have short attention spans and are so quick to judge. I love Aretha, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I love Camilla. Congrats. I love my dress and I love love. And there is nothing anyone can say or do that will change that. Hashtag VMAs. Hashtag positive vibes. Sis said, I love my dress. Okay. I mean, if it's for you, it's not necessarily for me. But I mean, it is what it is. So she wants you all to know, while you out here dragging her in the streets of Twitter, that she did not come there to do no tribute to Aretha Franklin. And please don't consider what she did as a tribute to Aretha Franklin, which only makes the situation go from bad to worse. So if you weren't intended to do a tribute to Aretha Franklin, so basically 2 tears in a bucket, MTV wasn't going to acknowledge her at all. So you're telling me that terrible faux tribute wasn't even supposed to be a tribute at all, so MTV did nothing and planned nothing for Auntie Riri. Got it. I told y'all I don't expect much out of MTV. I told y'all I don't expect much out of MTV, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, I mean, luckily I was smart enough to cash out on MTV VMAs before Madonna got on stage. I think by the time they came around, I was just watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood on the DVR, and I might as well had I would have been better off just going to bed, but it is what it is. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on Omarosa, but I just felt the need to say this. Y'all know Omarosa releasing more tapes than the Wu-Tang Clan right now. And she trying to throw her old homie lover friend Donald Trump under the bus. I don't know about the lover part, but it just flowed well. But here's my thing. Omarosa has turned her back on us, and by us, I mean the black communities, a very long time ago. She wasn't studying us. She wasn't for us or by us. She was just all about herself, her own self-serving agenda, and rolling with her boy Donald Trump all the way into the White House. I bet she felt like, oh, this friendship has its benefits because I'm going from celebrity apprentice right up into the White House. I would like to think that she was smart enough to realize the only reason why Donald had her in the White House in the first place was for aesthetics. So he could be like, well, I got her and I got Ben Carson around here, so I met my quota and just leave me be. Because she couldn't have possibly thought that she mattered in that White House in a Trump administration, in a Trump administration. I'm sorry, I'm getting wound up. But anyway, with that being said, they done fell out. She got fired. She's releasing tapes claiming he's using the N-word and all this other stuff. Okay, sis, but you releasing tapes that were recorded, but you were still there. I'm supposed to believe you were so outraged by Donald Trump, his antics, his shenanigans, his mental shortage and incapabilities and so on and so forth, but you had to be fired. You didn't quit. They had to kick you out. They had to pick you up and throw you out the White House like Jazz did, like Uncle Phil did Jazz regularly on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You did not leave on your own recognizance. They had to ask you to kindly pack your black bag and get your natural hair products, well, weave, wigs, whatever it is, and get the hell up out the White House. So I don't feel bad for you, and I'm not here, and I'm not going to entertain none of your tapes. I'm not going to entertain none of your get back or your book or anything else. But when Donald Trump called her a dog, that's when everybody was like, hold on a second. Hold on. Now, we ain't effing with Omarosa, but what you not going to do is call a black woman a dog. And that seemed to be the consensus across the board. Everybody felt that way. You had people taking to social media like, oh, but hold on, what you ain't gonna do. Meanwhile, back at my ranch, and let me make sure I pick my words wisely, because I do not want y'all to dissect this and think of me differently. I just felt like it is not right for Donald Trump to call Omarosa or any black woman a dog. Point blank, period. It's not right for him to call any woman a dog. But at the same time, if you in the White House wagging your tail, panting with your tongue out, eating out of his Make America Great Again bowls, and sipping his, Make America Great Again water out your doggy bowl, and he turn around and call you a dog, like, what I'm supposed to do? To me, Omarosa and Donald Trump falling out, and him calling her names and calling her out her name and disrespecting her and talking down on her. To me, that is the equivalent of me getting upset when Emily B go back to Fab and he knocked more of her teeth out. And I know that was a terrible analogy, because I shouldn't throw Emily under the bus like that, but it's almost like telling your friend, don't date him, girl. He got a history of beating up people. Oh, well, he don't beat up me. Like, me and him good. He treat me different than he treat all the other girls. And then next thing you know, she show up at the front door with a black eye and her teeth in her back pocket. And I'm supposed to be outraged. I don't want that to happen to her. I'm not wishing that upon her. But if you jump in the sea and you don't know how to swim and you drown, I'm not going to act shocked. Like, I don't know. It's whatever. As you can see, you will not see much Omarosa content on Ice Cream Convos. You will not see a lot of Omarosa content on our social media pages, or her buddy Donald Trump. I'm not doing it. Like, if I want to be a part of a circus, I'll go to Universal, or, Ringling Brothers done closed up shop. I'll just go to Universal Circus if I want to be a part of one. I'm not entertaining that foolishness. I'm just not. I'm not giving life to it. I'm not breathing life into it. Nothing. I'm just not entertaining that foolishness. I'm just not going to do it. But the last thing I wanted to talk about really quickly before I go. What is going on with Nicki Minaj, yo? Seriously, like, I need all the Barbs to gather around and grab your pink print prayer cloths. Like, what is going on with y'all, queen? Like, seriously, sis is unraveling right before our eyes. Now, I know that there are two takes on Nicki Minaj. I always pay attention to what my readers say. I always pay attention to the conversations that take place on the comments or on the blog posts on our social media pages and on icecreamconvos.com. I'm very, very engaged with my audience, and that's one of the things that I love about being a blogger. It gives me the opportunity to do that. But at the same time, I'm like, what is she going through? Like, what is going on with you? What's wrong? Now, she puts out her new album, Queen. Bet. Cool. Now, it first started out, when I first started raising the eyebrow. Now, I know Nicki Minaj has had moments in the past where she, we all have moments. Shoot, I had a moment last week at McDonald's when the ice cream machine wasn't working. We all have moments. I get it. But with Nicki, it feels like she was so used to and so comfortable in her quote unquote like number one position or being the queen, the one and only queen of female hip hop now, because come on now, we ain't gonna say she the only queen. We got Queen Latifah. Okay, so as long as Queen Latifah is alive and kicking and well and breathing, and her hair is still laid and her edges are never out of place, we will never say there is another queen in hip hop above Queen Latifah. And I'm from Jersey, so I'm gonna hold my Jersey girl down. But we've had plenty of queens come along. Little Kim is the queen bee. Nicki Minaj calls herself queen. Cardi B is a queen in her house. She's a queen in the Bronx. She's our regular schmegler degler queen. So my thing with hip hop is there is so much room. It's like so many men in hip hop. And you got people who start claiming they the king, You got T.I., he the king of the South, and I guess Snoop is the king of the West Coast, and you got the king of New York. It's a toss up who the king of New York. Most would automatically go with Jay-Z, but there are so many talented men in hip hop that if you got a taste for this, if you love mumble rap, we got something for you. If you love deep backpack rap, we got something for you. If you love that introspective, super woke rap, we got something for you. We got King Kendrick for you. So we have, men, there are so many of them, but when it comes to women, it always feels like they are scratching and surviving, like hanging in a jar. Like, it's crazy. Like, why does it seem like there can't be omnipresent, amazing women doing their thing simultaneously in hip hop? It's almost like there's one chair on the women's side of hip hop and only one person can sit in it. And these ladies are playing musical chairs and fighting each other for this one seat. And I really, really hate that, because I came up in an era where we was bumping Light. We was bumping, Queen Latifah, Moni Love. It was Salt and Pepper. And they was jamming together. They was doing shows together. They was out here rocking together. And now I don't know if anybody felt a way about somebody once they got back to their little, dressing room or whatever. But it was always a unified, let me not forget Yo-Yo, Rage. All them girls, like Nicki D. I know some of y'all might be like, who are these people? And if you're saying who are these people, I might not be the podcast for you. I'ma just, I hate to see you go, but I don't think our relationship is gonna work out. But anyway, it was unity. Queen Latifah, U-N-I-T-Y. Who you gonna be? That's the way. That was the vibe. But now it's like, somebody got weave like somebody done went to the same doctor to get the same titties as somebody else, and somebody got they butt, so I'm gonna go back and get my butt bigger, but I'm gonna add some thighs so I don't look like I'm wearing a diaper. It's just nonsense. And such ain't paid homage to me when she came in the game, and such stole my style and tried to flip it and make it her own and all that. And it's just constant bickering and constant disdain between the women, and that's nuts to me, but I can easily see how it happens. There is no reason why Cardi, Nicki, Remy, and all the other incredible female artists out there shouldn't be jumping on posse tracks together. Now, don't look at me like, did she really just say posse? Absolutely, I said posse. A posse track. Why can't all y'all jump on a posse track together and be rocking and making me shake out my natural dew? Like, okay, I'm glad I'm natural so I don't be sweating out my edges, but we doing this. Why can't it be that way? But Nicki Minaj appears to literally be unraveling before our eyes. And I use the word unraveling because Nicki has always been so poised and so used to being in that number one spot. And the reason why I say the number one spot is because even at award shows, y'all recall the time she was on BET and she came up to the mic like, here I go again, winning the best female artist. She didn't even expect anybody else to compete against her. She didn't even expect anybody to have a chance. She knew she was in the category. She knew she was going to win. She didn't even prepare a speech. She just came up, gloated, collected her award, and flung her weave over her shoulder and went on about her business. Then Remy Ma fired them shots at her, those Sheether shots. And it was like, wait a minute. Everybody was like, whoo, whoo, clutching their pearls, grasping their chest, pressing their life alert buttons. Y'all, what is going on now? What is happening? And I think that shook, I don't care what she say, it shook Nicki up. Nicki wasn't expecting that. She never had somebody come directly for her neck like Remy did with Sheether. She was not expecting that. Threw her off guard a little bit. She went underground. Well, where is Nicki? Underground. Okay. She comes back up with 3 songs. She done ran and got Drake and Wayne. And then she puts out these 3 songs. And, you know, they did a bop, but they ain't hit. It didn't feel like a Sheether. It didn't feel like when Nas and Jay-Z was throwing, you know, Ether and the Takeover. And it didn't give me that type of vibe. You know, it was more or less like, let me just wait long enough for people to forget I got dissed. And then we just come back out with these songs. Go get my buddies. You know, go get my dream team. And then come back. And I'm going to throw these joints out here. And hopefully y'all didn't remember the impact of Sheether. But I'm going to throw some jabs in the song. And then hopefully this will be enough to suffice. And I can keep it pushing. Treat it like Black History. Like it never happened. Don't look back, keep pushing forward. All right, so that's kind of what happened because Remy had that flash in the pan, and then I feel like Remy should have took that moment and that momentum to drop her album. But here we are, and still no album from Remy. Okay, sis. But I'm happy that Remy is expecting now, so I'm going to need her and Papoose to go ahead and just, you know, start nesting and getting ready for the little paps or the little poops, whatever comes out. And so congratulations to them, by the way, anyway. But then Cardi. I'm talking about the most unlikely suspect. Cardi comes through from Love and Hip Hop and ends up breaking records. What? I don't dance now. I make money moves. I promise you, I was hearing that shit in my sleep. I was like, yo, like, Lord, just please take it from me. She comes out of nowhere, and I say nowhere in the sense of, did you ever think that it would be this big type of, like, dang. So she comes hitting hard. Bodak Yellow explodes. And then she consistently followed up with hits. And then she had the great collaboration, the Bruno Mars collaboration, and she J-Lo and Khaled, and then she drops this album, and it's a great body of work, especially for a major label debut. A great body of work. And now it's like, well, I don't know if Nicki is sitting in the chair. Like, it's literally like Cardi sitting on one arm of the throne and Nicki sitting on the other arm of the throne, and they're both trying to push they, you know, enhanced booties down into the middle of the chair. You know, musical chairs, when there's one chair left and both of y'all pushing each other to try to get down in it. That's kind of how it's feeling out here in these streets. So then there's the animosity between those two, which is ridiculous. But I just don't understand what is going. Now that Nicki has dropped Queen, and Queen came in at number 2 rather than number 1, Nicki is out here going the F off. I'm talking about, she giving me Monique, I didn't get the $100 million bag vibes from Netflix type of go off. And it's just something that I'm not used to seeing from Nicki. And at first I was like, well, first she, you know, got into the verbal altercation with Safari on social media. And if you didn't see that, you can read all about that on icecreamconvos.com. If some way, shape, or form on God's green earth you missed that. And then now it's this whole beef with Travis Scott. Because Travis Scott, his album Astro World did get the number 1 spot. And Nicki is like now on this tirade about the injustices in the record industry, especially when it pertains to women. My only problem with that, now I don't mind anybody speaking out against some BS or some tomfoolery. Listen, Tribe Called Quest told y'all years ago, industry rule 4080. Okay, if you don't know rule 4080, then you might want to pause this podcast, do a little bit of Googles, come back. But we've been through this. That's why I applaud anyone who goes independent. You start messing with them major labels, this is what you can expect. But anyway, Nicki says that Spotify tried to teach her a lesson and they punished her. And then it got all the way down. Like, okay, there's like Twitter rants almost every day now. There's Twitter rants about Spotify, Twitter rants about Apple, and all these just rants all about why or how she's being mistreated to kind of justify her getting the number 2 spot. Then it took a weird left turn when she took aim at Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner, and their baby Stormy, and using their baby for him to have the number 1 album. Let me just play this little clip for you real quick, because I just need y'all to hear this for yourself. Listen.
Scott. Woo! Travis Scott on Thursday, when he realized the Queen was about to have the number 1 album in America, he and his label decided to have Kylie and baby Stormy put up a tour pass. He had her go and post and say, hey, me and Stormy can't wait to see y'all. How are you selling something that does not have anything to do with your album, but it's being counted on Billboard as album sales? But what we not gonna do is have this auto-tune man coming up here selling fucking sweaters and telling y'all he sold 500,000 fucking albums, because he didn't. And it's a lot of rappers behind the scene that want to talk about it, and they're scared. But, sweetheart, I'm not scared. I'm legendary in these streets. Whole nigga of the week.
Okay. Well, you heard it directly from her. So she's upset because she's basically saying that Travis Scott is getting album sale credits for merchandise. But if I recall, she also did merchandising in the past that also counted as album sales. See, that's the thing. Like, if it's a problem, let it be a problem all the time. Don't let it be a problem when it works against you rather than for you. And that's the same reason why I couldn't fully get behind Monique and Monique's platform and Monique's protest and Monique's problem, because black women get lowballed every day. Every day, B. It happens. But it only becomes your campaign when you're the one who gets lowballed. And and I just can't fully jump behind people who it's only a problem when it affects you. Black Lives Matter only after your cousin Pookie get killed. You can't try to rally the troops and champion a cause because it's impacting you directly. Either you down for the cause or you ain't. That's all. Is you is or is you ain't. So that's my only issue with Nicki. My only question to Nicki would be, would you have this same energy? Will we get these same rants on Twitter and on your Queen Radio show? Congratulations on the Queen Radio show, by the way. Will we get these same rants? Will we get this same energy if you had the number 1 album? Will we have heard about what Spotify did? Will we have heard about Apple Music having issues or whatever, if they did or didn't? I'm confused at this point because I'm trying not to go down the rabbit hole with her. But would we be hearing about this? Would it be such a fiery and intense and angry fueled rant and just would it be that if you had got the number 1 album? Would we hear about any of this if you had the number 1 spot? I'm willing to step out on a limb and say we wouldn't. Nope. But I will say that I wish her the best. I wish her the best. But if it's that jacked up in the game, just leave Harriet Tubman out of your mess, though. Look, Harriet did way too much to get dragged into this type of tomfoolery and shenanigans. Just let Harriet rest. Don't pull her name into this. And it's funny how when people are trying to do things, they try to act as if they're pioneering an effort. And when they act like they're pioneering an effort, then they reach back and grab the names of some of the most important people in our history. That's like me getting mad because the ice cream machine ain't working at McDonald's. So I start a protest, I start a rally, and I take to the streets of social media and the streets of Atlanta, Georgia to protest against McDonald's ice cream machines. And I tell people that I am going to be the Martin Luther King of getting these goddamn ice cream machines fixed. And I'm going to do a walk on Selma. So that when I get ready for a hot fudge sundae with nuts, they better be ready to go. Run me my hot fudge sundae. Like it, I don't know. I hope some of y'all understand what I'm trying to say and where I'm going with this, because it really just blows my mind. And sometimes when it blows my mind, my thoughts don't make it to my mouth, or when they do make it to my mouth, it don't translate well. But hopefully you get it. Crazy. But with that being said, I'm going to just go ahead and wrap this thing up, because those were the only things I really wanted to touch on this week in this episode of the Ice Cream Convos podcast. But because it's just so much of it. And, it's so much of it. Usually when I come and do the podcast, it's like 30 different stories popping off. And this is like an ongoing nonsense of nonsense. But at the end of the day, I wish Nicki well. I wish Travis well. Shout out to Stormy. She out here pulling, like, Stormy, you want to do some promo for ICC? I mean, if you got it that strong out here in the streets, I mean, let's do this. Tell your mom to holler at me. But it is what it is. And I just hope that Nicki finally achieves what she needs or what she wants before she self-destructs. Because right now she just seems so, like, it feels like she's boiling over. And she may have every reason under the sun to boil over. But I know when things were popping and she was rolling her eyes and laughing and popping gum and taking her awards and snickering in all the other female rap artists' face, we didn't hear nothing about all this behind the scenes nonsense. We didn't hear nothing about it. But now, we got to deal with it. So I want you guys to tell me what you think about these things. I want to know your thoughts on Nicki Minaj. I want to know your thoughts on Omarosa. Listen, we just going to let the VMAs, we're going to act like that didn't happen. I need Thanos to snap his fingers. We're going to let them VMAs never happen. We're not even going to address that going forward. But I definitely want to know your thoughts on Nicki Minaj. Do you feel like she's unraveling? Do you feel like she's championing a cause? Do you feel like she's ringing the alarm on these record labels and pulling the rug out from under them and turning the lights on, and all the record labels, roaches are scattering all over the place? Like, how do you feel about what Nicki is doing right now? To me, I just feel like it's not a good look. All the way from arguing with Safari and unveiling his hairline to, like, calling out Travis Scott's baby. Child, when you start coming for the babies. So just let me know your thoughts on that, and you can reach out to me. You can leave comments here on the site, icecreamconvos.com. You can leave comments on our social media pages. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We are everywhere. So there's always somewhere that you can reach out, and I will definitely let you know that I saw your comment and respond to you. You could use the hashtag Ice Cream Convos on Twitter, but just I just need to know. And even if you're listening to this on our YouTube page, then just leave it in the comments, and I will definitely get back to you and let you know that I saw that you shared your thoughts with me on this. All right. So I'm getting ready to wrap this up and head on down to Applebee's and get me a drink with the girls. And thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Ice Cream Convos podcast. Be sure to visit icecreamconvos.com. Check out all these stories and more. I have some new movie trailers up. I have some good information about some new TV shows coming along. And just be sure to visit Ice Cream Convos every day for your delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I'm your girl, Xaviera. Thank you for listening, and I am out. Have a great day. God bless. Love you guys. Bye.